Well, hi, everybody. This is Pam Bowling, Executive Field Vice President with Market America, Advisory Council member, and Tony and I, we've had the privilege of being a Market America unfranchised owner now for over 22 years, which that says a lot, just that a company's been around that long and it's continuing to grow. But tonight I get to talk to you about the shopping annuity and how it's affecting what's going on in Market America right now and the buzz that's happening because of it. So as I go through this, I want you to understand that, Market America has evolved, and we are going to talk a little bit about where we've come from. Market America started off as a product brokerage company, and we have morphed ourselves over the years into this unbelievable shopping situation where we're able to take and convert people's spending into earning. And we're going to show you tonight more of how that works. I ended my call last week by telling you that I was going to share with you some of the notes and some of the information that I was able to take hold of at a special coring. And so let's get started with that. JR's dream, and I will tell you, this man is amazing. He's a visionary. He is. I've had the privilege of knowing him for 22 years, and everything that he's ever talked about and in his head has always come to happen. It's come to fruition. And, it didn't happen right away. As a matter of fact, I got an email from him yesterday, and he was talking to Tony and I about some of the stuff with the shopping annuity, and he says, hey, I'm sorry it took me 23 years. I thought I could do it in 5 years, but I had a vision. And all the pieces to the puzzle had to fit into place. And, isn't that true in life? Sometimes we try to make things happen in our own timing, and sometimes it's in God's timing. It's not ours. So we don't have total control of everything out there. It's like Thomas Edison. He invented the light bulb. Well, he tried 100 times that it didn't work. That's what most people say, but actually he successfully found 99 ways that it didn't work, and the 100th time he found did work. So he was successful in every aspect of it. Same thing with Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel. Look at him. He was in his 60s until he became successful and realized his dream. But the cool thing about what JR sees with this shopping annuity is that it's an idea whose time has come. And the cool thing is that we've done amazing, and it's been an incredible ride for the past 22 years. So it's only going to get more exciting, folks. That's all I can say. So what is a shopping annuity? Well, shopping annuity is a revolutionary concept that helps smart shoppers convert their spending into earning through shop.com. Unlike a typical annuity from a bank, you don't have to invest massive sums of money to get started. Your investment is what you're already spending on everyday purchases. By shopping through shop.com, you can convert up to 50% cash back and convert your spending into earning. And I love that right away. This happens to be a picture of Elizabeth Weber and Tony and I at JR's house. And, of course, she was one of the speakers that day. And we have a long history together because she got us motivated at the beginning, and here she is revving us up again. So how do you build your shopping annuity? Well, it's really simple. You just follow a few easy steps, and here they are. Number one, you analyze your spending. We have some tools, like we have a shopping home advisor that you go on your shop.com website and you answer some things there, and it helps you identify where you're missing opportunities to contribute to your shopping annuity. That's a picture of John and Lisa and Tony and Michelle Molinera. I was showing them how my selfie stick worked, and that was something I got with my shopping annuity. I'll tell you about that in a second. Step two, you identify products and you make the switch. Simple as that. So you discover what products you could purchase through the partner stores that are exclusive brands that would contribute to your shopping annuity. The cool thing is the more items that you can find and the more money you can make shopping with more money your shopping annuity will pay you. All right, third step is you want to automate it. And all we do basically with that is we set it up on an unfranchised auto ship. So you determine whether you need it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, what have you, and so that you don't run out of anything. And you set it up on a on an auto ship. And then the fourth thing is you continue to contribute to your annuity. Just maintain shopping annuity by regularly purchasing through your shop.com. By transferring all your purchases through shop.com, you'll be saving time, money, and converting your spending into earnings. Okay, well that's the formal part of it, and I just wanted to put that in there. That all is information that you can find on the shoppingannuity.com website. And it just gives people a little understanding. Now I'm going to go through my version of it as I'm going to tell you. You know, we say that it just keeps getting better and better. Over the 22 years, honest to goodness, this company has grown and morphed into something that's totally amazing. And some people, you know, may say that I came in for this or I came in for that. The best part, you know, if somebody came in as a health professional, somebody came in to, you know, have passion about changing people's health or weight loss or building websites, we still have that. That part has not changed. All we've done is we've added this new twist that, not a twist, but a new way for people to be able to amp up their income and really let this thing rip a little bit faster. This happens to be Lauren Reidinger with Tony Bowling. If you were at the World Conference, you will agree that it was an amazing atmosphere, this World Conference. The corporate team, I've never seen them more excited than they are today. And so we know that we're on the right track and they're getting really fired up. Okay, well last week, just like on the presentation, I showed you this slide. And I like to make it clear that this is not something we made up. This is something that comes from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and it's a government piece of a file here, graph, and it really just goes over the statistics. If you were to take the average income of a family after taxes that they earned, $56,352. We found that through the expenditures that they spend $51,100. Now these are the things that they spend it on, whether it be transportation, housing, food, entertainment, healthcare, and if you look at these things, you all pretty much agree this is a normal family, a normal situation here. So there's a $5,000 discrepancy here, so they have an extra $5,000 that, you know, they probably save or they put into a, you know, a 401k. But here's what we found. We started asking people about this, and we say, so, you know, what do you do with your $5,000 extra? And they say, I have no idea. I don't know. It's gone. Well, what do you mean it's gone? I guess I spent it. They really don't have any way of tracking this money. So what we've done is we have a tool which we call the Shopping Annuity Assessment, and it's really an amazing tool where we sit down with people and we can go through your life of what you spend your money on. And we're able to show you conservatively that we can show you how you can convert $18,750 or more through and have it redirected through shop.com. Now, when I first saw that, it sounded like a huge number to me. It really did, until I went through the steps and I went through the procedures of actually doing the assessment and seeing how this thing unfolds. It's really an eye-opening experience. I'm going to tell you that right now. So what happened was JR had a coring at his home, Casa de Sueña, right after World Conference on Sunday, and it was for the Advisory Council, and actually it was for the ones that couldn't make it to Puerto Rico when they went down there for a little coring when they were trying to get everybody on board with the shopping annuity. So he invited us there. This is a picture of us sitting here. We were very intent on taking notes. I had like 6 or 7 pages of serious notes of things that I picked up that day that I didn't hear from on stage, and it was really, really enlightening. We were taught by the Shopping Annuity Ambassadors, which is Elizabeth Weber and Carl Eklund, and then we had JR himself. We had Andrew Weissman and Jeremy Fenema, and it was awesome. We were allowed to bring one distributor with us, and we chose Lisa and John, and because we're working so close together, we figured we'd get a synergy going, and so that's how that came about. Okay, so I'm going to start with the notes for my coring. First of all, understand what a traditional annuity is. I think that that's the obstacle that we overcome for most people, because they don't. We say annuity, and people that don't know, that aren't in the insurance business, typically just go, what is that? And it's when you take a lump sum of money and you put it like in a policy, so to speak, and it pays you a fixed amount over a set period of time. And as it's been explained to me, it can be set up however people want it to be. So there's a lot of creativity that people can create with it. But here's the kickback. I mean, here's the holdback, I guess you would say, is that it takes a large sum of money to be put in this thing. I mean, you typically can't start it without, $50,000. Tony said 10,000 probably the smallest. I don't know. We're not in the insurance business, but it takes a large sum of money to start it, and then you have to add to it on a regular basis. But sometimes you just put a large sum of money in it, and you get paid on a monthly basis after 10 years or 20 years or what have you. Well, another way you could do that is you could just save $50,000 in a savings account and just have a 4% interest being paid to you, which would be about $300 a month. But let me ask you a question. Both of those, they seem like a very difficult thing to do in today's world when you're looking at a typical family that has $56,000 of cash money to spend on their life. They spend $51,000 and they have no clue where $5,000 went. That's kind of scary, right? So, I mean, they couldn't put a dent in these numbers, is what I'm trying to say. It's a very difficult thing to do. So what we do is we go through our Shopping Home Advisor on shop.com, our shopping assessment, which is found at the Shopping Annuity site. And when you sit down and you go through these tools, you realize just how much money is leaking from our business. And I know that's a terrible word, but JR used that constantly. He said we are leaking business to other companies. And I think it makes me realize when we show the business plan, we talk about 95% of the people work for the top 5% to help them reach their dreams and goals. Well, here's a perfect example. We have the mindset that we go out shopping and we buy a product or service, we give them our money, and it's the end of the deal. But what we're doing is we're actually creating the same thing through our business, which is our shop.com site, and it has a kickback effect which actually pays us. It is the coolest thing in the business. So you're not leaking money. You're actually paying your team and paying your people. JR says you're not going to totally understand it until you do it. And isn't that the truth with anything in life? It's like swimming. I mean, I can sit here and tell you how you're supposed to swim in the water, but until you jump in and you realize your feet don't touch the bottom and you might, drown unless you start doing something, you go, whoa, okay, I'm going to pay attention now. Well, it's the same thing here. Trust me, you're not going to drown here. It was just an example of learning something, But with the shopping annuity, I learned by doing it, and it was an experience. The more I do it, we had a conference call this morning, and I said to the girls, I said, the more I do this, the more excited I get, because I realize the power of how this is working already and where I'm headed and where the team is headed with this. And that's the power in it, because it's not important unless everybody in the team makes money, right? That is what keeps this whole business glued together. Showing the Shopping Annuity business plan, I would advise you all to go to the shoppingannuity.com website and download the presentation. It's just like showing our regular business plan. Instead of showing that, now you'll expose this. It's no different than sharing the product, sharing the business, and sharing and getting education. Now we're just sharing the plan in a different way because it's a different avenue. It's like instead of coming through the front door, we're going through the back door, but we're still getting in the house, okay? So it's just a different way of approaching this. And it's smart shopping. It really is. We have a referral tracking system like none other. And that's all we do is track things. And it's kind of cool. So we're converting spending into earning. You're going to hear that a lot. So you kind of got to get used to that coin of how we talk about that. Okay. This is a picture of me and Lisa Tolbert. Well, poor Lisa. I'm sorry I got your backside there. But, girl, we were talking, and we were listening to Elizabeth Weber's personal trainer, who was actually her business partner, and she was explaining to us how passionate she's become about doing everything she can so that her team gets paid, and how cool it is because she's now a master coordinator. She's got people that are earning checks. She's earning IBV checks. She's been in the business since, I think it was October of last year, and I'm going, whoa, whoa. She said to Lisa and I, she said, I can't believe this shopping annuity is new. And I said, well, we just actually introduced it formally October 2014, October 1st. I said, so that was our real kickoff date for this. And she looked at us and she said, I have no idea how you guys built this business like you did without the shopping annuity. And all I could do was laugh. I said, you got to be kidding me. Why do you say that? And she said, well, you could never talk to me about this business because I don't want to sell products. And I said, well, do you sell products now? She said, well, it's different. All I did was I bought things that I used before, and I converted them into Market America products, and I liked them, so I told people about them, and they bought them too. I said, well, isn't that funny? That's basically what we've told people to do all along, is to use and share the products, and that's how products get sold. But in her mind, it was totally different. She was just converting her spending into earning, and she didn't even think of it as selling. And I find that really, really amazing. And these guys are on fire. They're doing an incredible job, and it was really fun for Lisa and I to be able to sit there and just listen to her and hear how they were doing it. And it isn't a coring. The best part of a coring sometimes when you get together is hearing the stories. So I really enjoyed that. Now, JR says, one of the best parts about our tracking system, we have a referral tracking system, and there might be other companies that have tracking systems, but ours is global. And that is pretty cool. And, this didn't all happen by chance. All the pieces to this puzzle have just finally fell into place. And when you have an idea, things happen, and it's kind of miraculous sometimes how things just start to happen in the right way. Always need to show our shop.com site. That's really the crux of what we do. Every time we start talking about, converting shopping, spending and shopping into earning, we always have to go back to the shop.com site. We have to teach people, and it's like anything. If you tell somebody or if you give somebody a business card, they may never call you, but if you get their number, you're going to call them. Well, it's the same thing here. If you sit down with them and you actually go through the portal, chances are real good you'll be able to teach them that it's not as difficult as it may seem when you first glance at it. And that's some of the people, they go, oh my gosh, it's intimidating. Well, if you sit down with them, they won't feel that way. We need to show them the coupons, the comparison shopping, the hot deals, the shop buddy, show them how to sign up as a preferred customer, show them the basic things that we would teach anybody. When sharing this with the shopping annuity business plan with others, you always want to make sure you have good stories to share with them because they want to hear that it's really working. I'll give you an example. My mother, for her birthday, didn't know, her TV in her kitchen broke, and I said, Mom, it sounds like a good deal for me. I'll just get you a TV. She said, okay. I said, cool. This is cool for me because I get to do it through my shopping annuity. So now I'm like, every gift that I have goes through my shopping annuity. I got a text from her today. The TV's delivered today, and she's a happy camper. And that's the fun stuff. It's stuff that I was going to do anyway, right? Stores have separated us, JR said, and basically what that means is they have taken a look at us to the point where they realize that, we have a major force going on because we've got people power. And the more activity that we get, we're going to get better prices, better cash back, better IBVs towards commissions. And so it's really in our hands. Every time we place an order, we're voting for ourselves. We're saying, I bet on us. And that's really a kind of a cool thing. I've seen it happen with some of my favorite stores that I've shopped on, like the White House Black Market, and it was almost next to nothing, the 1% IBV and no cash back, and now they've raised it. So they're the kind of things that we can do by people power that we can't do other places. We're becoming economic alchemists. Now, my husband giggled at that. And that's the ability of taking nothing and making something. In the old days, it was they called it like taking lead and making gold out of it. And now to that sounds kind of ridiculous, I know. But now let's think about this. If you go to the store and you give them your money and you get a product and you come home, the deal's over. But if you buy that same product through your shop.com site, through the business, number one, you can get cash back. Hopefully you can get a better shopping price because we've got Shop Buddy that's going to find you all the best coupons. You're going to get points towards commissions. So now you're feeding your shopping annuity, and you're not only just doing it for you, you're doing it for the entire team. You see, every time I place an order, I go down to the bottom person of my team and place that volume so that everybody gets credit for it. We can't lose sight of the fact that we're vertical marketing. We're not horizontal. So this is not about me giving me more stuff. It's about me helping my team and everybody working together so we can fund these assets called a shopping annuity to pay us on a faster basis. I get really excited about this, folks. I'm going to tell you. Anyway, so here's one thing I am going to tell you. You got to remember, this is money you're already spending. We've coined it anyway spending or anyway money. And I have to stop here and just tell you one quick story, because when we started this October last year, it was October, November, December, and JR put out a bonus for shopping annuity qualifiers. And you know, whenever JR puts something out there, as advisory council, I almost feel, and a mentor, him being our mentor, obligated or responsible to put my best foot forward to do it. And Tony and I looked at each other and said, we got to do this. I said, okay, let's do it. So it was around the holidays, and I figured, oh, this is fun. I felt like I got like shopping money. So I went out and I just had a ball. I'm not going to kid you. I bought myself a Fitbit. I bought a Tory Burch little bracelet to put my Fitbit in there. I bought a Surface Pro 3. I brought okay, so I went crazy, and I had fun. Now, that's not what it's supposed to be, because when the bills came in, Tony was like, what? It's not that we don't have the money, and it's not that we don't want to spend them, and it's not that I can't get anything I want. But when we started Market America, we were in debt, in a big hole of debt. I mean, we were down at the bottom looking up at this huge pile of debt that we owed. And we promised ourselves that we would never, ever let ourselves get into that situation again, and that we would live, you know, a happy life, but we're not going to go into debt doing anything. So, you know, we're pretty conscientious, let's just say. So once I realized that that's really not the way you're supposed to do it, this quarter I've done it just the opposite. I haven't spoiled myself. I haven't lavished myself on all these fun things. It was way more fun the other way. I'll just say, no, I'm really kidding. But seriously, I want you to understand you have to think of things that you buy. Like today, I need pet food, so I went to petco.com and I ordered all my cats all their food. So I would have gone to the store and done it. And here's the cool part is that Petco, I'm already a member of Petco, so I get points for dollars from them. So now I shop through my portal, and I get credit through my shopping annuity for that. But I also get Petco dollars, so then they give me reimbursements. It's just amazing how this thing, it doesn't affect any of your clubs or anything like that, how that works for you. So don't just go buying stuff. Don't do what I do, because I'm on my best behavior right now, everybody, just so you know. Okay. All right, so here's what you want to do. You want to sit down and say, when you're showing this, you want to say, tell me, you know, where's your money go? Where are you shopping on shop.com? And have people always tell stories. I think JR tried to impress upon us that if we have a group on Facebook that we're talking to, like I have a group called Challenge Yourself, and I speak to them. It's my platform to talk to them, and it's my team. So I go on there, and you know, I'm hoping that everybody will understand we're supposed to post what we're buying, doing the things that we're doing all the time is paying our team. One of the teams, Dr. Terry White in Virginia, God love her and her team. I talked to them last week, and they are on it, man. They got it. They're not only doing the the assessments, but they're sending me the declarations, and every day I'm seeing posts of what they're doing to fund their shopping annuity. And of course, remember, it goes to everybody in the team. Have a complete product display. Oh my goodness, this is huge, everybody. This is Market America branded products display. This is really what we're looking at first. If you can't buy the products through Market America, then we go outsource, and then we go to the other partners. But it's really, when you get down to the nitty-gritty, it's about Market America branded products first. Elizabeth says she has a complete display of products sitting out when she's doing the shopping annuity plan, so people can touch and feel and smell, just like the old days that we used to do in the beginning. And we got away from that because people didn't want to sell. They looked at things and they said, oh, I don't want anything to do with products, you know. But now it's different because they're going to be shopping. So instead of buying Tide, we're going to say, use Snap. Well, here, smell it. Here, you know what I mean? So you have it right there in front of them so that they can touch and feel and smell or what have you. And so everybody needs to start working on a real display and put the power where the real volume comes from, and that's through our BV branded products, Market America branded products. Okay? We learned from the best that day. There's no question about that. There's Elizabeth talking to Lisa and Tony, and she was telling stories, and that's what I love about it. Stories tell, facts tell and stories sell, and that's the way it is. And I have to share with you a story that I heard that day that made a huge impact on me. Because I get some pullback every once in a while from partners that go, oh, this is all about the, you know, senior partners making money or what have you. And you know, that couldn't be further from the truth, because this story, and I'm going to share it with you right now. I was on the bus leaving JR's house because he bussed us all over there from the hotel. And I was sitting in front of Jackie and Jeff Birchman, across from Chris Blasco, and right behind Chris was his new senior master coordinators, young couple, adorable couple. And Chris actually got these guys, this couple, to buy into the idea because they were pretty new in the business, only been in the business about 1.5 years. And he sat down with them and said, listen, the shopping annuity, this is what I'm doing, and I'm hoping you'll understand it, and we all follow suit with this. And they said, I'm in, I'm going to do this. So they met with their team, and Chris helped them, and they didn't have a big team. I think he said maybe like 20 people total in his team, but everybody said, let's do this together as a team. Well, he became a senior master because of this. Their checks are all going up. The team their team, they broke 3 executive coordinators during those months and a couple of coordinators. But here's the cool part. The year he went away, him and his wife went away on a vacation. When they came back, they had an $1,800 check waiting for them because everybody kept following suit with the shopping annuity. And remember, it's BV first and then partner stores. So everybody's starting to get checks on a regular basis, and it's the team. So everybody's feeding each other through this. And I'll tell you, that was probably the most impactful story that I heard, because it was about new distributors that embraced a new idea and grabbed it and ran with it. And they said, I'll do whatever you do with it. Just tell me what to do and I'm in. So it becomes a game with everybody. And I know it's not a game, okay, we're not going to say it's a game, but it's the coolest thing. You try to figure out, how can we find more products and services through shop.com that I can replace so I don't have to go somewhere else, and you try to work with it. Today on our conference call, we were discussing how maybe we can buy different foods and chickens. And I mean, there's stuff that we still don't know, but we're going to learn it all, and we're going to learn it all together. And the more, the better it is, and we'll go from there. JR says it has a do less, have more effect. I like that, right? Do less, always like that part. Okay, so we're leaking money to someone else. Now we're going to redirect it back to us. Elizabeth says just find 2 to 8 people that want to create a shopping annuity, and it will start working for you right away. And I know some people, might say, that doesn't sound right, but it takes 10 business partners on your left and 10 business partners on your right to earn $1,500 a month by qualifying for the shopping annuity bonus. And that's all it takes. And we know that they're spending that money somewhere. We're not even asking them to spend over the $3,000. I mean, they should, but it doesn't take enormous numbers. And that is so powerful. Sometimes I just say, whoa, this is amazing. So what do you do? What do you do to start this? The first thing you need to do is do the Shopping Advisor, which is on the shop.com website, then the assessment, and I would say to sit down with your senior partner. And I'm going to tell my team that I'm talking to you right now. If you're on this call and you have any doubts or questions or anything, I personally will make sure that you understand this, because the only reason that you're not doing it is because you don't understand it. The more I understand, the more I'm in. I was a pullback kind of person too. I wasn't sure. I'm like, I'm not going to do this all. But now that I understand, I'm 100% in, and it's amazing. So I will work with you, and that's my promise. Then do the commitment with the declaration. I promise to send JR, and the next time we meet with him, we're going to be talking in person about the shopping annuity. I'm going to personally hand him the declarations, and my team from Dr. Terry White, I've got loads of them already, and we're still collecting them, so anybody who wants to send them, they're Facebooking them to me, and I'm just printing them. But it's going to be powerful, because that is your commitment, that you're in, and that you're going to do everything that you can within your power to convert your spending back to shop.com. So how do you share it with others? Here's Elizabeth's answer. Do you shop? Like, duh. I mean, right? Well, what can anybody say to that? Well, of course I shop. What kind of question is that? Well, if I could show you a way that you could convert your spending into earning, would you want to know how? I mean, it's as simple as that, everybody. And she said it's just amazing how many bites that she's getting. Now, there's a process after that. Okay, I think that's the next slide. You've got to show them your shop.com site. So you would book an appointment just like before. I mean, you get somebody that says, yes, I'd like to know more. Then you get their information and say, well, I've got to sit down and I've got to show you how this works. The first thing we do is we go to our shop.com website and we show them our website. I mean, we've got all these tools. We've got our hot deals. We've got our Shop Buddy. We've got our daily deals, okay? And then we can't forget to tell them about cash back and how they're going to earn all cash back, and how they also get 0.5% on people that they refer. So this is like our starting point, which we're all familiar with. So all we're doing is starting with that, okay? Then after that, you hopefully would sign them up as a PC, and you would sit down, show them the shopping annuity business presentation that's on the shoppingannuity.com website. You download that and just make it a quick overview, because what you have to do, see, the only reason there's resistance is if people don't understand it. We were talking to an insurance guy today, and he says, oh my gosh, this makes total sense. I got this. And so if you understand it, people go forward. As a matter of fact, they run with it, and that becomes very exciting. So that takes about 30 minutes, and then set another time to go through the assessment. And that does take some time, and you don't want to get personal with them about how much money they make and all that. You just want to go through, how to fill it out and how to make sure that they're putting information in there that's going to give them a good gauge. And I'm going to tell you, it was an eye-opening experience for me to do that assessment. When I did, I've had to go in and adjust it like 3 or 4 times already, because I keep forgetting things like, it talks about medical things, and I forgot glasses and contact lenses and stuff like that. And you go, oh, I need that. I'm going to need those things too. And so you're always going in there and tweaking it. And when it gives you some idea of what you can potentially earn, I went in there and I cut the numbers by 2/3, because I said, well, I want to make this as realistic as I think I can make it. And it was mind-boggling what we can do as a team. So I just tried to make it so that what I do, everybody else is not going to do, but I wanted to make it something that I felt like was a very doable number. Then after that, you show them the referral tracking system, which we all know and love as the MPCP. And that's the Management Performance Compensation Plan, which we call the referral tracking system. We have lots and lots of different avenues that you can take as far as information. We have the shoppingannuitypaysyou.com. This is not a corporate site, but Jackie Blasco and Yardley and Lisa Lieberman Wang actually put this together, and it's just an information site. That's all it is, and it's for people that have other questions, I guess you would say, of how it works, and you can go through that. But here's what I want to do. I want to put a challenge out to you. But before I do that, I want you to look at this picture here. For those of you looking at it, you can see it's a picture of us at JR's house. It was after the coring was over, and he got the coolest Christmas gift. He got a drone from Mark Ashley, and he was so excited. He said it takes a lot to impress him because he kind of sort of has everything he wants. But this was one of the coolest gifts that he's ever gotten, and so he really loved it. So he got that thing all fired up, and it went around, and he said, okay, I want you all to, if you're in on the shopping annuity, I want you to get around the pool and let me know. And you can see Tony shaking his hands there. Lisa's behind him. I don't know where John was, but he was there too, and I was too. And he took a picture of it. And that was the coolest thing in the world to watch that drone. So JR's got a new fun toy. But here's what I'm challenging you. If, in fact, you have any inkling in your spine at all that you go, you know, it just makes a little sense, this makes some sense. If this, you know, is just nagging at you a little bit, I'm asking you, you owe it to yourself to get enough information so that you totally understand it before you figure out which direction you're going to go with it. You know, I always say the mind's like a lot like a parachute. It works better when it's open. And so it's easier to give something to try. I mean, here I am 22 years later in this business, and I'm still doing things I cannot do so I can do them. That's what JR's taught us. We're always learning new stuff. And so once the mind is expanded to a certain point, it never goes back, and you become, you grow as a person and you grow as an individual, and we've got that power right here. So show the plan and go implement. Show the plan to implement and go. So that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to sit down with you. I'm going to work with you to make sure you understand the assessment. And if you're ready, we're going to go. And we're going to make this thing happen. Our goal really is to work with the go-nows, work with the willings, and make this thing happen. Rebecca, I don't know if you have any questions, but I just want to show you the declaration here. It is in the back of the shopping annuity papers, and I'd like for anybody that's serious to get it to their senior partner, whether it be Cheryl Dutchess, Beth Black, Lisa Tolbert, or myself. And when I see JR, I want to have the biggest pile that he's received to date. People that are committed, because here's the thing, if we're committed, we're going to see a lot of new pin levels popping in this area, and that is going to give him more joy than anything else, because that's always what he said. Keep growing, because I believe in you. I believe that this can happen for you, and it's happened already. Wait and see what's going to happen in the future. Okay, well, with that, folks, I am done for this evening. Lisa, do you have anything that you or Rebecca need to cover?
No, Pam, I think you were awesome. You covered it really, really well. Rebecca, was there any questions for Pam back there? I call her my Oz. She's the woman behind the curtain.
But she's our Oz.
Yes,
Hi there.
God.
I had myself muted. Sorry. I've been monitoring the questions, and there is a question about auto ship for partner stores. Does it count for cashback and IBV, or only in the one-cart stores, or are BV branded products?
Well, that's a really good question, but I would say that that would be something that we'd have to investigate on an individual basis, because some of these stores, like HelloFresh, if you actually sign up for auto ship for them, somehow that doesn't count through your shopping annuity anymore. So there's certain situations you have to make sure of. So you want to make sure. I think that's a one-to-one thing that we have to actually address on each individual store. But that's a great question. So we will definitely, whoever asked that, if you want to talk to me about it, I'd be happy to answer that individually. We can check out what you had in mind, and we can go from there. But yes, you want to definitely make sure that you get credit for it, because some of these companies will bypass us and go, oh, I got myself a customer, and then they don't have to feed it back, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Good points. A lot of people are saying thank you, Pam, that this is awesome. They've really enjoyed it. And
Okay, well, that's good. I hope I enlightened everybody. And with that, we're just going to call this meeting adjourned and can't wait to talk to you all next week, okay? What's coming up next week?
Thanks, Pam. We appreciate it. Good night, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Bye.